Hello, YouTube. Luigi here. I can just hear you guys. Oh, it's Luigi with another one of his $9 Chinese knives. Well, don't preclude, as my father used to say. Don't preclude. Look at that. Look at that. I am so happy to have this. I've opened this up. I've had this in my hand. I know how excited I am. I've been looking at this for a lot of years, and now I understand why the Apostle P gets so excited when he's got that blue box on his reviewing table. What do we have here? Made in the USA. We have the Griptilian 550Hg. Now the HG is important here. It distinguishes it from a different method of actuation, like the thumb studs, and it distinguishes it from a different blade shape. Okay, my first Benchmade, so I am savoring this moment and happy to share it with you. You guys know about this. I'm the last guy on the planet to get one of these. Just like my recently acquired Ontario Rat 1. Last guy on the planet to get one. I'm probably the last guy to own a Griptilian. Okay, it came in this pouch. You saw that. In this nice box. You saw that. And the grips, the Benchmades come with this tab. That's always underneath the pocket clip. We're going to talk about the outside of this first, and then we'll move into the inside. We have a Zytel handle with a lot of textures. One of the reasons I knew I would love this knife is I saw the shape of this, the bulbous shape of this blade, and I said, boy, that's going to feel great. And I have not been disappointed. I just haven't been. There's the famous Benchmade axis lock, a Torx pivot, a pocket clip that is reversible, tip up, right or left side. You cannot get tipped down. I don't think a lot of people are going to get bent out of shape about that. You see the Spidey hole? It is the Spidey type hole. It is just slightly, occluded by the handle shape here. Not much, not a big deal. That's a nitpick. You see the Benchmade logo on this side, and on this side you see the logo of Mel Pardue. Mel, I love you to death. I think you do great work, but I do not like your graphics. It's an honest statement. It just doesn't grab me. It just doesn't grab me. Another nitpick, minor thing. We have a Zytel handle here. It's light. And like a lot of Zytel handles, we have to put up with this joint where the two halves come together, two injection molded halves. It's just the nature of the material. The feel on the checkered part is aggressive. And maybe it's time we open this beast up, huh? I'm going to do it with a flick, because that's why I like axis locks, is the fast opening and fast closings with the flick. What do we have here? We have a 3.45 inch, 154 cm modified sheep's foot blade. A sheep's foot with a belly. Now, this blade shape is so damn common knife community, we have to stop calling it a modified something else. This blade shape needs its own name. Jim Skelton calls it banana blade. I mean, that's at least better to me than a modified something else. We see this blade everywhere. It just deserves its own name. That's all I'm saying. It's got jimping on a raised thumb ramp. It's a hollow ground. It's wicked sharp. We talked about the pocket clip. I'm going to try closing it with just with the axis lock. I love axis lock. This works well. I had the option of getting thumb studs. I deliberately chose this, as I did when I bought my K-Bar Dozier. I went for the oval Spidey hole rather than a thumb stud. I think it's a better look. I think the thumb studs are out of the way. When they're not there, they're not in the way of slice. This is a personal preference. Your mileage may vary. If you like thumb studs, God bless you. God knows 80% of my knives have thumb studs. So, so I must like them too. Okay, let's take a look at the tip here for a minute. We got a blade that's just slightly less than an inch, an eighth of an inch thick. And you can see that tip stays pretty strong to the end. Doesn't get really skinny or weak. So, what does that mean? This knife is a good tactical knife? I don't really think so. I think we have a hard use EDC, a utility knife, and because it's got a lot of belly, I think it's going to be a great slicer. But because of its shape, I don't think it's a real stabbing, piercing kind of knife. Certainly there's good slashing here. Certainly there's good reach here. Certainly there's great grip here. But I would not put this in a tactical sort of category. One of the reasons the action is so smooth is we're talking about phosphor bronze washers. Okay? I think that pretty much covers everything on my list except this. We can do this in metric and we can do it in the king's foot. There you see that 3.5 inch blade and a 4 3/4 inch handle. It was the shape of the handle that tipped me off before I ever bought it, and I've been lusting over this a long time. I knew this was going to feel great. We have a 9 centimeter blade and a 10, 11, 12, strong 12 centimeter handle. Feel, it's everything I dreamed it would be. The thumb ramp, the jimping on the thumb ramp could be a little sharper. Okay, it could be a little sharper, but I can see without sticking my neck out too far and making too weird a prediction. I can see where after this knife proves itself in my pocket and in my hands, that this might become a favorite, an absolute favorite EDC. Why did I wait so long to buy it? Well, I paid $80 for it, okay? Now, as I'm looking at reviews, before I bought it, I researched the hell out of it. As I look at reviews that are, old, because this knife has been around a while, the grip's been around a while, other people have paid $94 for this. So the price has come down. I'm not ashamed to say I paid $80. I never really talked about price in my videos before, and I got a comment where a user sort of asked why I didn't do that. Notice that I didn't. And then I realized the price, if someone's evaluating a knife, the price is as good as any other criteria. Blade length, blade steel, close length. So I was staying away from money because I thought it was ungentlemanly and indiscreet to talk about money. And maybe that's the way I was raised. But I understand now that it's probably another valuable piece of criteria in someone evaluating the purchase for a knife. Here's something new I'm going to do for the first time for you with this knife, to show you how deep this, boy, the clip is stiff, how deep this carries or how deep it doesn't carry in your pocket. That's what's going to be sticking up, guys. I'm not one of these people who insists on an ultra deep carry. The truth is I'm with Jim Skelton. I like a little bit sticking up so you got something to grab onto, really. And your mileage may vary. Again, that's a personal preference. If you like it hidden, God bless you. That's great. I don't have a problem with knives that stick up a little bit. Okay? That's it. My very first Benchmade. I have Axis locks knives, like from Gonzo and from Enlon, that are, Axis lock clones probably, but this is my first Benchmade Axis lock knife, and I tell you, I can see where this is going to become a favorite. All right, something all of you have already known that's new to me, the Benchmade full-size Griptilian. Thanks for watching, people. God bless you. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.